Got to move on. I know you're very short time. The Eastern Plan.
Yeah.
There's been meetings galore now about that. Any wobbles on that so far? Are you going to change your mind a bit, or are you happy to carry on?
Well, it's just the early days at the moment in time, yeah. Paul. You have a call for sites, and I think in the Eastern Area Plan there's about 220 sites have been put forward by landowners. That is then shown to the public, so that the public are made aware of it. I think some of the concerns are some of the sites are never going to be zoned. There are, and it's upsetting people living near those sites that those sites have appeared on, as potential sites. But that's the democratic world we live in, where we're showing the public what has been put forward. Then the planning officers will give their support to some sites and not to others. There'll be an independent inspector brought over. He will hold a select inquiry, and he will take evidence from all members of the public, whether you oppose or support these sites. And then that report will be submitted by him. It'll come to the Cabinet Office, then it'll be voted and tabled. It's what we did for the Southern Area Plan. The Eastern Area Plan is next.
Okay. Teachers, that dispute thing that with the unions and the bullying and all that sort of thing. Your views on that survey?
Yeah, I think that was really poor. I think they'd used this style in the UK for areas where there were clear problems. Now, I'm not trying to say that all our children are angels and perfect, but yes, there are isolated incidents on the Isle of Man where this happens, and it has happened in a Douglas school where we're addressing it and working on that issue. But I think to tar all our young people with the same brush was really poor, and it was really gratifying that all the other unions who represent 80% of the teaching fraternity said, no, this isn't the Isle of Man, this is wrong, this report. And sometimes you get cross, you feel as if one union is trying to play off the other unions for recruitment and damaging the Isle of Man's good reputation and our young people. I've been, in the last couple of months, Paul, I've been to the Young Farmers Concert, Junior Achievers, I've been to the Sports Award, where our young people are an absolute credit to us. The enthusiasm and the passion that they've got, we're well ahead of the game here. And, yes, we're going to have the odd bad egg, but all society has that, but to try and blow this out of all proportion, I think was very disappointing. To
finish with, bring things back to where we started on the Save campaign. Yeah. On Saturday, the Isle of Man Government will be funding this year's horse trams. They start on Saturday. And is that another, going back to how we started, is it the right thing for the government to be doing this?
Well, we're funding the steam trains, we're funding the electric railway, and it's all part of that bigger picture. Do they bring in income for the taxpayer as the overall tourism? And the answer that we've seen is yes. Otherwise, I know I wouldn't have given it support. So it's a package. We've got an awful lot more people coming over to the Isle of Man. If you look at the number of coaches coming over purely for our travel links, horse, tram, and steam, electric.
The heritage stuff.
The heritage stuff. That's going up all the time. The number of cruise ships is doubled coming to the Isle of Man, and this is the sort of thing they like to see.
Gradle shows how it can be done in the private sector. The Pier in Ramsey's potentially got that sort of thing, that governments don't have to do these things. Would you not be pushing in this whole debate about getting rid of things that government do and letting the third sector take them over?
Yeah, if we could, that would be the perfect outcome, wouldn't it? If a group of people want to come forward to run the horse trams, then of course I'd be giving an awful lot of support to that idea, that concept. But at this moment in time, it's not happening. You either lose it, or you keep it going with the hope that in the future someone can come in and run it.
And when's the last time you actually got on a horse tram? That's what we all do. That's a problem, isn't it?
Well, actually, probably about 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
But when I bought
2
one.
months? oh, yes, of course. But overall, my point is, we don't probably use these things enough ourselves.
I suppose as a Manxman, I've got friends who moved to the island about 7, 8 years ago, and I consider them to be more Manx than myself because
they do all the things.
They do all this. They love the island with a passion. They buy nothing but Manx food. They go to all the events. They're around the countryside on the trams, the electric railway, and that's something I'm trying to do this Easter. I'm trying to take my children out for a trip on the electric railway.
Okay, I know you're off. It's a good news story. quickly say what this place in Peel, a shop that's done fantastic business for charity.
Yeah, the Peel charity shop, it's well known throughout the island. In 2001, I think Save the Children, who are running it, were going to shut it because it wasn't making any money. So the good people of Peel and around the area said, no, we'll take it on. It's on the promenade in Peel. So that they took it on, and it's all done by volunteers. And now, under 16 years later, they have made a net profit of charitable donations of £1 million. I think that's absolutely.
So you're literally off there to shake some hands.
I'm going down to, I really think it shows the members of the Manx pub, no help from government, doing this on their own back, raising £1 million for worthy charities, some on the Isle of Man. And I think that's to be celebrated, and I think the Chief Minister should make the effort to get down there and give them his support.